Hello everybody, Thomas575 here, and welcome back to another episode of upcoming video game rants. Man, it has been nearly 3 months since I did one of these, huh? Well, I'm back with another episode because Naughty Dog is back with another video game. Yay! So yeah, I heavily adore Naughty Dog games, so you can believe me when I say I am hyped for this game to come out. So, yeah, the upcoming video game I will be talking about this time is Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. So, without further ado, I might as well get started on what the game is about. So, this game takes place thousands of years into the future. Which is kind of like The Last of Us, except The Last of Us is set 20 years into the future, I think. But I'm not entirely sure, but The Last of Us does take place sometime in the future. So yeah, this game right here, however, takes place thousands of years in the future. So, anyways, Intergalactic. Um, Intergalactic, basically, is like some sort of space game. So the main protagonist is a bounty hunter named Jordan A. Munn, who ends up stranded on Sempiria. I don't know how to say this word. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. A distant planet whose communication with the outside world went dark hundreds of years ago. So Jordan will have to use all of her skills and wits if she hopes to be the first person in over 600 years to leave its orbit. So essentially, this game is basically a survival game. And yeah, so already you may be wondering why this sounds familiar. Well, that's because it's basically the plot of Borderlands, but with a few twists. See, whereas Borderlands, you're actually trying to find something and then just get out right away. This game basically puts you in a survival situation where you need to leave immediately. And whereas Pandora in Borderlands is occupied by basically hundreds, if not thousands, of living beings, and filled with civilizations and whatnot. Intergalactic seems to be more on the side of you will be the first person to leave the planet. And this being a Naughty Dog game, this game basically looks like a combination of both Uncharted and The Last of Us, which isn't all that surprising. I mean, I understand that they're made by the same company, so of course they're gonna have similar gameplay. A lot of the games are gonna have similar gameplay mechanics, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I've played a lot of games where the mechanics are pretty similar, if not the same. But at the same time, there have been some criticisms, some heavy criticisms about the game itself and how it looks. Now, mind you, this is just an announcement, so it's not like this will be like what we see in the game will be the final product. I mean, some changes might be necessary. So yeah. So anyways, a lot of the comments here are basically a lot of the comments about this game are basically negative, considering a lot of people weren't exactly expecting a new IP to come from Naughty Dog. And this isn't the first time that this has happened, mind you. Naughty Dog has basically been doing this for years, whereas they'll make 3 games and then make about the same story, and then move on to make a new IP, meaning a new series. This has happened with Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, and Uncharted, and then came The Last of Us. But however, because people demanded to see more of Uncharted, Naughty Dog decided to make one more game about Uncharted to try and basically close off the story, and to basically shut up any people begging for more Uncharted. But apparently that wasn't enough, as in the future after Uncharted 4 came Uncharted The Lost Legacy, and then the Uncharted movie about 2022, which I absolutely enjoyed, by the way. But yeah, I'm guessing people don't want to see didn't really want to see a new direction for what Naughty Dog is taking. But in my opinion, I think that you should have multiple different game series in order to branch off on what you're doing and to prove that you do have creativity in you. I mean, that's what I do here on this channel, so I don't just talk about upcoming video game movies. No, I make original series, such as Just Facts with Henry and Snoutzer, and then the Phantom Fighter Survival, which basically concluded a long time ago, and upcoming video game rants, which is what you're watching right now. And yeah, I think it's good to try and experiment with new types of stories instead of just focusing on one at a time. Because if you just focus on one at a time, if you just focus on making one continuous story, instead of just branching off and making multiple new different stories, then eventually it'll become repetitive and you won't be invested in it anymore. So I think that the direction that Naughty Dog is taking here is a good thing. However, there is something that kind of bugs me a bit, and this isn't a complaint or a thing, but it's the fact that The Last of Us hasn't had a third game yet. So, and normally, what Naughty Dog has been doing for a while now is that they'll make 3 games and then make a new series and then have 3 games for that, and then so forth. This is the first time in history that Naughty Dog has made a new IP and didn't have a third game for the most recent series they've been making. And if there is a Last of Us 3, then I bet that game will be the last one, unless fans demand for more, which in that case, okay, I'd be down for it, but you have to end the story somewhere, right? In any case, that's going to be it for this episode of Upcoming Video Game Rants. What do you think will happen in the story of Intergalactic, the Heretic prophecy or prophet? Sorry, it's so hard for me to remember the name of this game, which I will have to get used to in the future, by the way. But it's a new game and it's kind of a long title, so Don't worry, I'll eventually get adjusted to it. So yeah, what do you think will happen in this game? Who do you think the cast is for this game? And how do you think the story will fare and the gameplay as well? How do you think all that will fare out? Comment down below. And until next time, like this video if, of course, you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see future episodes like this, although the next one may be not for months now. I don't know. But, stay subscribed just in case. And then, of course, share this video with others that you know and spread the word that this game is coming soon. Speaking of which, when is this game coming, you may ask? Well, that is an extremely good question. Okay, so the game. So the game, it looks like, doesn't have a release date yet. So I don't know when it'll come out, but eventually there will be a release date for this game if it doesn't get canceled. So yeah, get hyped for this game. I don't know when it's coming, so I can't tell you that. Sorry. Okay, I've dragged this video out for too long. Okay, bye.